Hello everyone, it's great to see you again on my channel. Today, we'll continue our journey to explore the traditional whale hunting culture in the two villages of Lamalera and Lamakera, Indonesia. If you're interested in this topic, please hit like and subscribe so you won't miss our upcoming videos. Throughout Indonesia, whale hunting now survives only in the traditional form practiced by the communities of Lamalera on Lembata Island and Lamakera on Solor Island. For hundreds of years, local fishermen have maintained a handcrafted whale hunt both to secure food and to preserve their cultural heritage. Under the International Whaling Commission's regulations, these two villages are exempt from the global commercial ban but only permitted to hunt toothed whales such as sperm whales with very strict quotas, about 2-4 animals per year per village. They may not export whale, meat, or products. Instead, they may only barter it for agricultural goods or use it within their own communities. Since ratifying CITES in 1978, the Indonesian government has further tightened measures to prevent the international trade of whale products and has enacted strict laws prohibiting all hunting and trading of whales, including blue whales outside the traditional exemptions. Violations can incur severe criminal or administrative penalties under Indonesia's maritime laws and regulations of the Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries. When the Lamalera or Lamakera fishermen haul in a whale, the entire village gathers on the shoreline to pull the carcass up onto the sand, using ropes and simple pulley systems. First, the master butchers, typically those who have inherited the craft through generations, use long parang knives and special axes to make a longitudinal incision along the whale's belly. They then peel away the thick hide and blubber in large plate-siege slabs several inches thick and as big as a wooden plank. These fat slabs are immediately placed into ceramic jars or large metal drums to be rendered down for oil, which is used both for lighting and heating, and to create a rich, brown soy sauce, like liquid for preserving other cuts of meat. Next, the villagers slice the red meat beneath into sizable sections. The dorsal muscles, belly meat, flank cuts, and so on. These are further divided into long strips about the width of a fist, depending on how they will be prepared, whether sliced thin for pickling, air-dried into jerky, or cooked right away in a pot with wild greens and natural seasonings. The large bones are cracked open to extract the marrow, which is then slow-cooked with root vegetables into a nourishing soup. Throughout this process, traditional rituals are carefully observed. Before the first blade is lifted, the village elder offers prayers to the sky, earth, and the whale's ancestors, asking for the soul's safe passage and blessings for the next hunt. Once every part has been butchered and pre-processed, the products from oil and fresh meat to salted cuts and marrowware distributed evenly among the fishing families, with any surplus bartered to neighboring villages in exchange for rice, vegetables, and future fishing gear. The work often stretches on for hours, even days and nights, with younger men assisting in the heavy lifting, while local women handle salting, sun-drying, and smoke curing in wood-fired ovens, completing a closed-loop cycle that sustains their livelihood and preserves the community's centuries-old cultural heritage. Adult blue whales reach truly colossal dimensions, averaging between 100 and 150 tons, that is 150,000 kilograms, with the largest individuals approaching nearly 180 tons. In industrial whaling operations, once a whale is struck, it is winched close to the factory ship by steel cables, hooked by the tail, and then hauled up a stern slipway via a hydraulic winch system so that the carcass can be flensed directly on deck. Shore-based flensing stations similarly employ pulleys and steam or electric winches combined with wooden or steel skids to pull hundreds of ton whale carcasses onto processing beaches. In traditional hunting communities such as Lamalera in Indonesia, lacking heavy machinery, villagers rely solely on human power, plus simple rope systems, pulleys, and multi-sheave blocks to haul the whale ashore before manually butchering and processing it. After removing the thick hide and blubber, the butchering of whale meat begins with a longitudinal cut along the mid-flank to separate the backstrapa, lean, tender strip marbled with fat. This cut is typically sliced into pieces 1-2 centimeters thick for pickling or air drying, preserving its distinctive flavor and extending shelf life. Next, fishermen make 2 to 3 perpendicular cuts from the flank down to the spine, dividing the meat into roughly square blocks about 20-30 centimeters per side for easier handling and distribution. These blocks are then sorted into flank meat, higher in fat, ideal for stews, jerky, or cooking with wild greens; rib meat, suitable for grilling or stir-frying; tail stock, firm in texture, often prepared as braised or glazed dishes; pectoral, fin meat, soft and sweet, commonly charcoal, grilled. Each portion is then pre-processed, salted, smoked, or semi-canned according to local culinary customs and the community's needs for exchanging provisions. After the whale meat has been cut into large blocks at the flensing station, these blocks are further subdivided into consumer-ready portions, usually 2-5 kilograms per package, before being packed. In markets such as Japan or Europe, the meat is vacuum sealed in thick nylon bags or placed on plastic trays with shrink film, labeled with the whale species, catch date, and processing location, and then frozen at around 20 degrees Celsius for long-term storage and transport. Some value-added products like whale meat sausages are also vacuum-packed, making them easy to display in fish markets or supermarkets. In Japan, fresh fin whale meat is sometimes auctioned directly at wholesale markets, for example, at the Shimonoseki Winter Auction of 2024, where large blocks were stacked and tagged before being sold to high-end sashimi distributors. Additionally, a portion of the meat is pre-cooked, seasoned, and canned. Canned whale, using sterilization methods to extend shelf life, fitting supermarket and export channel. Whale meat is notable for its very high protein content combined with very low fat and virtually no carbohydrates. Specifically, in 100 g of fresh whale meat, there are about 25.2 g of protein, only 2.1 g of fat, 0 g of carbohydrates, and roughly 120 kilocalories of energy. Some species, like the beluga whale, also contain exceptionally high iron levels, up to 25.9 milligrams per 100 g, over 140% of daily requirements, alongside about 80 milligrams of cholesterol. Beyond protein and minerals, whale meat is a source of omega-3 fatty acids, vitamin B1-DOIs, niacin, and vitamin D from the subcutaneous blubber. However, because whales occupy the top of the food chain, they can bioaccumulate mercury, PCBs, and dioxins. Consumers should therefore exercise caution regarding portion sizes to avoid heavy metal or pollutant toxicity. If you found this video helpful and want to join me on our next adventures, don't forget to hit the subscribe button below, turn on the notification bell so you never miss any new content, and share this video with your friends.